Hi, I'm Charlotte, and this is Chatting with Charlotte, where I share conversations, life hacks, and inspirations to help you on your healing journey from childhood trauma. So today is the first episode of my new series, Grief is Complicated. And today I'm going to talk about moving from emptiness to renewal. So next month will be the 8th anniversary of my husband John's death. So I thought, as I was thinking about what to talk about today, I was reminded of that anniversary date, because in the last couple of weeks I've experienced some sadness and I've experienced some grief, and especially as I'm gearing up and doing all the things about my book being published, I miss having him here. I miss being able to share this journey with him, because he would be so excited and he would be so enthusiastic, and I miss that. And in this apartment, there's a little bit of emptiness because he's not here, and there's a little emptiness in my heart because he's not here to share in this part of my journey. So I thought that was a good place to start and to talk about how I move from emptiness to renewal. You know, emptiness, as it relates to grief, is a physical sensation. You know, emptiness is coming home to an empty apartment after a hard day's work. Emptiness is turning to talk to someone that's no longer there. Emptiness is wanting to share good news with someone, and you pick up the phone to call them, and you realize they're no longer there. And emptiness for someone who is a survivor of abuse is the loss of having had someone and the experience to do that with as a child. And there is a longing for that. And so when you lose a loved one, that emptiness can be overpowering. It was for me, and I attempted to fill that emptiness with food, with being busy, and just all kinds of things that kept me from actually experiencing the emptiness. And so it took a little bit of time for it to hit completely. And when it did, it was like a ton of bricks. And I was just overwhelmed. But then I realized that it was okay to experience the emptiness. And I cried and I talked to friends, and all of those things helped me move past it. But it would return, and every time I would do something different to try to fill that void that was left by John's death. And one of the things that I discovered in that process was I learned new things, or I renewed old things that I had not done in years. Like crafting, and I renewed friendships with people that I had not really contacted for the time that John and I were married. I mean, that happens sometimes. And I spent time with them, more time with them than I had in years. I started drawing again. I started writing again. So all of those things that were creative and helped renew me, instead of feeding my face, which made me feel sick, or keeping busy until I was exhausted and the emptiness would return. But when I did these other things, it helped me move forward, and it renewed me. It gave me more energy, and so I wasn't stuck in that emptiness. And then I would always, it's important to remember though that when you feel the emptiness, it's okay to have that emotion and to not shut it down. As survivors, we often want to just shut everything off, but it's important to feel those feelings and to express them to someone. And then finally, I think one of the most important things that I did is I remembered that the thing that helped me the most was a daily connection with Jesus. I went back to having time with him in the morning, and I went back to just talking to him all throughout the day. And that also helped me, because through that, I remembered that I will see John again one day. And that was renewing to me. So those things are just a few of the things that I've done to move from emptiness to renewal. Now, what you do may be different, but it's important that you look at ways that you can focus on moving forward versus just staying in that emptiness. But allow yourself to experience it when you have it for a little bit, because that's also important. So I hope this was helpful. Tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to have another discussion on a different aspect of grief, and I hope that you will come back for that. And until then, please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment, and be sure and check the bell, the notification bell, so you don't miss anything. And remember, my book is available at Amazon, and the title is What Kind of Love Is This? And I will talk to you again soon. Bye now.